played about 2 or 3 minutes in the second half. Do you have any update on his health?
No, I really don't. We'll see how he does today. Uh, we went through a walkthrough yesterday for 20 minutes, and then I didn't have him involved in that, just letting it rest one day, see if that would help it. And then we lifted for 20 minutes, and then we watched the game for a couple hours.
It looked like he was grabbing his leg when he left the game. Was there a specific area that was bothering him?
Uh, it just his leg in general. Yeah.
Still waiting to see on IJ too.
Yeah, IJ yesterday did 20 minutes of running in the Ultra G, which is a machine we have upstairs where you're able to run in it, and it takes some of the weight off. So he wasn't running at 100% weight, but he then took 300 shots afterwards and felt pretty good. So he's going to try to get out and practice some today, and so hopefully that goes well. It remains to be seen. Like the last time he was out there, he had a great practice on Thursday, and then mystery step, and all of a sudden his back goes out. So it's hard for me. Just have to wait and see.
Georgia's one of those veteran clubs. Got guys like Frazier, Maiden. What have you seen from him? Where have you seen
I mean, those are two returning all league players. Maitons, one of the most difficult matchups inside of anybody in our conference. He's averaging 20 points a game, and he can step out and shoot. He can score with his back to the basket. He can put the ball on the floor. He's a very good offensive rebounder. So he's a real matchup nightmare for us. And then Frazier is great. I mean, I think Frazier is one of the best point guards in our league. And he's coming off a terrific game where he really took the game over on Saturday at Tennessee. Maton actually was really in foul trouble in the second half. Didn't play much, and fouled out early. If I look at his stats from the second half against Tennessee, I bet you Maton played 6 minutes max. And so it was really Frazier that took the game over and was terrific. And we know from last time we played them, he killed us up in Nashville in the tournament. So he's a problem. He's really good. Both those guys are terrific. And the other big kid, the inside starter, the African name, can't remember how to say it, but he's really improved. He's good. He's a problem. They're physical. They have a lot of big bodies. They keep coming at you. Crump played very well for him in the last game, really shot the ball well and helped them a lot. And then Parker was very good. He had been starting. They brought him off the bench, started a different lineup, and that lit a fire under him because he looked very impressive.
I asked Mario on Saturday if the game was starting to slow down for him a little bit because he'd been playing well the past few games. He said that yes, and that this was the part of the year that you told him that hey, things are going to start to slow down for you a little bit. And you'll start to get. Are you seeing that from all of the freshmen at this point?
Mario did a good job for us the other day. I'm having to play him a few more minutes than would like to give him a little more rest, and that's been tough. With the foul trouble that incurred the other day in that game, it was very difficult. And I think that Tyson had his best game in SEC play, so he did well. But the guys are improving. It's just step by step and. Slowly. It takes time. We're getting better, and we need Schneider to get going again. I thought Schneider had one of his, poor performances on Saturday and did not, play well. I'm, really imploring him to be a better contester of shots. We need him to contest more shots. Like he's standing there watching too much instead of contesting when he needs to be getting his hands up more and contesting shots and be more of a rim protector when he's around the basket.
A couple of weeks ago, you didn't start Eric just to kind of, you said, light a fire under him or whatever. Is that what you were doing the other night?
No, we felt like with the lineup they had, that was a good matchup for us, and we're trying to play our best defensive team out there that matches up with the other. But sometimes Eric, when you look at him at the beginning of the games, I think sometimes he's better coming off the bench. I don't know, it's just the adrenaline rush at the beginning of each game, but he gets it's like a minute and a half into the game, he's not playing with the kind of vigor that I would like him to play with, and I think that he actually, I think it helps him, to be honest with you, coming off the bench. Now, whether we start him tomorrow or not remains to be seen. But in any event, he's going to play a lot of minutes.
To go back to Mario, he's
played really well in these last few games with IJ injured and had a good second half last night when Saturday when Lamar went out. Has this been a big moment for him to step up and help this team when
I think he's done a good job all year. I mean, I really do, and I think he's improved steadily throughout the season. Um, and you know, he's been consistent. He led us in rebounding again. I think he has a lot of fight in him, and that he really competes. Yet, you know, he made some big shots in that game that gave us a chance. He made the one at the foul line, put us down one. He comes down, scores on the left-handed layup. Really nice finish for a kid with his size and his showing his mobility to give us a 1-point lead. But I think 5:06 left in the game. You know, watching the game again was more painful than watching it live because you just saw, you know, we're right there and we got a really chance to, you know, close this. I mean, we're up 58-54 and can't have the sense of urgency to get a stop. They get a 3-point play to cut it back to 1. I mean, just a lot of, you know, specific plays that were unfortunate for us.
he shot the three really well these last 3 games? Did something change again?
I think he's putting time into it and, you know, getting shots up, which is a big part of it. Like this morning, Cube shot unbelievable. He made this morning at one time, I think Cube made 34 threes in a row shooting. So I was excited about that. I expect him to shoot well tomorrow.
I know Schneider's far from a finished product, but how far has he come since he stepped around on campus?
Well, he's come a long way. When he first got here, he had problems just changing ends because he was, you know, too heavy. You know, he was 283 pounds and got up to 292 in 4 days. So he's done a much better job in terms of, but like for him, it's just, you know, getting the motor going at full capacity, you know, and trying. We've really increased his minutes, and you know, so he's had some real, you know, signs of, you know, against Tennessee in the last home win that we had. He played great in that game, 15 rebounds. But it's just about him, you know, and I think like for a kid like him and something, I mean, it's such a long season. Like I was really excited about Eli's minutes and about Tyson's minutes in our game against South Carolina. Both those freshmen did good things and played well for us, and you know, so there's a lot of encouraging signs from the entire group. And you know, Schneider's come a long way, and he's got a long way to go.
I thought Eli was somebody who kind of went under the radar in that game, you know, with a lot of different things that he did with him and Carter.
You know, but he's doing the other things. Let me just expand on Eli. Like he's blocking out and getting an over-the-top foul. Like he's penetrating and making nice passes. You know, he got a good offensive rebound and keeps it alive that Eric's able to put back in. I mean, he's doing a lot of things. Makes a big three, you know, on a kick out because he spends a lot of time on his own coming in and doing extra. And you can see that, like you're talking about, like how much has Schneider come. I think Eli's come a long way, and really in just understanding and learning and getting better at learning of the game. Like you can see where I can project where he could really be a good player, you know, a year from now. Real good. Yeah, he's going to be a real good player, you know, because the thing about him, he has a work ethic. This is really important to him. Like, you know, he's probably spent as much time on his own or more than anybody in our program. And as a coach, you love that about a player. You know, that guy, it's really important to him. He really wants to be good. My experience is those guys are the guys that really get good.
How much confidence do you have with him and Carter on the court at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, they were good the other night. In fact, when Q got his second foul, was out of the game, you know, they were in there together, and that's when we had a 31-24 lead, up 7, with them in the game. And so, yeah, it was positive.
Coach, one of the points of emphasis this year with the rules was the walling up factor and kind of removing some of the physicality from the game, but adding some offense. Do you feel like it's been successful thus far?
I don't know what the walling up part is.
They just jump straight up and not have to worry about getting called for a foul where years past if they were in the air it was a foul.
Yeah, it was just changed in the last couple of years. So last year, if you were in the restricted area, even if you were up in the air, it didn't matter what, you were getting a foul called on you. Now, they're giving a little more deference to the defense to be able to jump up and not get fouled. And one of their players did a good job of that. I can't comment on specifics of a game, but overall, I think that when you look at the whole year, I mean, letting the kids play for the most part, it's tighter than it's been in years past, but. And I hear that from other coaches, not just myself, other friends in the profession.
Today you've been providing some mental energy for this team the last couple of weeks. What's changed for you?
Really nothing. I mean, I just been doing the same routine, coming in and going hard in practice, doing everything Coach tell me to do, bringing energy to the team, which has been my job since I've been back playing with the team. So, I mean, I'm just keep doing that, I guess.
There's so many close losses lately. Does that make you more frustrating or more motivating to get over that hump?
It's a little bit of both. It can be real frustrating to lose by like 6 and like 8, stuff like that. Knowing you was right there. Well, like with South Carolina, I think we was up by 1 with like 4 minutes to go, something like that. So they let us know we can play with those teams, and for us to be right there, I mean, it kind of hurt, but it also motivates us. By us seeing that we was right there and seeing that we can play with those teams, motivate us to work harder and come back and get some wins.
When you go back and watch the film of a game like this past weekend, do you see more execution lapses on offense or defense? Where do you feel like you guys need to pick up a bit?
I would say on defense. I mean, offense a little bit too, but I mean, defense win games. So I would say on defense, we can't have those lapses on defense where teams go up on like a 10-0 run on us, 8-0 run on us. We can't have that. Got to be way better on defense.
Did it matter to you that you started last game? Or I always think about it as it tends to matter more for the guy who's not starting that game than the guy who is changing.
I mean, it didn't really matter that much to me. Like I've started before. I've been in that position before. I played both coming off the bench and starting. So to me, it's still just getting in the game and doing what you need to do to help the team win.
What did you make out of Tyson's performance and Eli's performance last game?
I mean, I kind of saw that coming. Tyson, he can get going at any time. He's such a great shooter and scorer that he can have those nights on any given night. And Eli, as hard as he works, I mean, it was only a matter of time because he worked so hard. I would say he had like the best work ethic on the team. So he worked the hardest. So I mean, I kind of saw that coming. I mean, I don't know.
Why do you think he works? I mean, what are examples of his work ethic that would make?
He get here like an hour before practice and get up a lot of shots every day. Some like I do it too, but some days I can't do it. But he does it every single day. He don't miss a day. So I mean, he's dedicated. So when you working like that, I mean, you don't have no other choice but to have good games. When your time comes, your number call, you ain't got no other choice but to shine. So that's what he did.
I think it's been 3 home games in a row. You jumped in a passing lane and gone to the other end and had a big dunk. You got the crowd on their feet. The team's forced to call a timeout. What's that like for you when you have that type of impact on the game and then the other team has to call a timeout to kind of cool you down?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, it's just been something I've been doing for a long time now. Really, since I've been able to dunk and been able to play, I play so hard on defense that once you playing so hard and you just keep playing, something good gonna happen. In my mind, that's what I think all the time, and it never fails. Like once you playing that hard and you doing everything right on defense, I mean, it's only right that you're gonna get that steal or get that block or deflection. And when that happens and I get the steal, I mean, everything else take care of itself because I can leap, and that's what I like to do. So everything else just take care of itself.
With IJ out these last few games and when Lamar got hurt in the second half last night, is there a different feel in the backcourt right now? Do you and Mario feel the need to step up in their absence?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's tough by them being out, especially IJ. I think he's missed like 5 games now. He's a real big piece to this team. So with him being out, that means we lose leadership and the control of the tempo of the game. IJ brings all that to the table. So when he's out, other guys got to step up, and that's what Lamar has been doing. But since he's went out, it's also been a tough loss. But Tyson stepped up real good last game, and that's just the type of things we need. We just need other guys to step up, especially me and Mario and Q. But is it when one guy goes down, somebody else got to step up. I mean,
Mario shot the three really well over the last
Oh, yeah,
three games.
yeah.
Did it change something? What brought this on?
I don't know. I think it's just his confidence. I mean, he's got more confidence than he already had these last 3 games. He's been playing some of his best basketball. So I think this just had to do with him, his confidence building up and him getting in and getting extra shots also.